Joining us now on behalf of Papa John's is Fox NFL analyst Mark Sanchez. Mark has teamed up with Papa John's to celebrate its new New York-style pizza and fans' unique pizza rituals with a giveaway of the best prize in pizza. Through February 16th, fans can share their pizza eating style on Twitter or Instagram with hashtag What's Your Style, hashtag sweepstakes for a chance to win free pizza for a year. Mark, thanks for joining us on the SB Nation NFL show. Have you ever had pizza for a year as your diet?
No, but I'm about to. I'm trying to win this competition, baby.
The style that you eat your pizza. Obviously, you're California guy, New York guy. I imagine you have stoked some flames with this. Do people really have a lot of thoughts and opinions on how you eat your pizza?
Well, I think it's important. Everybody's got their fan allegiance, and everybody's got their allegiance to pizza. And with the Super Bowl being the number one day to order pizza of the year, this is the perfect storm for figuring out what your style is if you don't have it already. But I'm a New York style guy, thin crust, big slice, fold it in half, dip it in the garlic sauce, sausage, pepperoni. I'm in with whatever, or a combo. But, I really have an issue with people who use the fork and knife. That I can't get down with.
I'll do that if I'm at a restaurant and I've got like somewhere to be, what I mean? Like
I've drawn a line in the sand, my heels are dug in. I cannot relent.
Mark, we differ there, but I think we are probably aligned on some other things. For what it's worth, Papa John's did ask more than 4,000 American football fans in top football cities across the country how they prefer their pizza, and they found that they do prefer New York style pizza over any other city-specific pizza style. So there you go, Mark. It is a Super Bowl in Los Angeles. You're an LA guy, obviously USC legend. Is it cool? This has kind of been in the process and the build-up for I would say 5 years, but maybe longer than that, as the NFL has made its way back out to the West Coast. Is this everything that you kind of dreamed it would be? You obviously have a lot of experience with high quality games in that particular place.
Well, it's interesting. And now that you bring it up, I mean, you got to understand people my age. So I'm 35, but right around my age range, there hasn't been a team in LA for a long time. And I benefited from that because I went to USC at a time when the program was great. We were on top, and we were like an NFL franchise for all intents and purposes. And we were a big draw and a big attraction in Los Angeles. But you have to remember, you got the Lakers, you got the Clippers, you got the Kings, you got the Dodgers, you got the Sparks, women's sports, you got it all. So plus the beach, mountain, deserts, all right here, a lot of other attractions. I'm thankful that football's back in LA. With the Chargers and Rams. I'm thankful that we got a hometown team in a hometown Super Bowl, and that makes 2 years in a row with Tampa last year. That's impressive. First time, second time really in NFL history. That's huge. But it took a little while to get going because there's so many other attractions and so many other draws for people's attention. So I think SoFi is going to be one of those iconic places like the Rose Bowl, like the Coliseum. It's just going to take a little time, and this is a great first step.
You mentioned, obviously, back-to-back years that the home team, I know the Rams are technically the visiting team, but has hosted the Super Bowl. If not for the delay that you kind of talked about, that doesn't happen because SoFi was originally set to host the Super Bowl last year, and then They swapped with Tampa. So if not for that, maybe the Bucks play there last year, the Rams are in Tampa this year. So fate can be a funny thing. Fate has smiled, obviously, on the Rams and the Bengals. Your thoughts on the two teams that will be playing on Super Bowl Sunday?
Well, I just love where both of these teams are at. Let's start with the Bengals. They're the consummate underdog, and everybody doubts them. Everybody second guesses them. But I'll tell you what, that quarterback they got, Joe Burrow, that dude doesn't flinch. Coming off an ACL injury, taking 9 sacks in a divisional game after winning a thriller, at home against the Raiders the week before. I mean, the guy just stands in the pocket, takes a beating, delivers the football accurately, outduels Patrick Mahomes in an AFC championship game. I mean, this guy's ascending at this incredible rate. If he goes in and wins this thing, that might be the best first couple of years of a quarterback we've seen because he's doing a lot. It's not like, when I came in my first year and we had an incredible rushing attack, we had, an incredible defense and special teams, and I had to get some timely completions. This dude's throwing for 300 plus every week, putting the ball up in the air 40 plus times. I mean, he's doing it for this team, and he's doing it with a great supporting cast, but a young supporting cast. So this team's going to be around for a while. Now you look at the other squad, and it's all experience. Other than, being in these big playoff games, they got a ton of experience just on their roster. Guys from different parts of the league, former Super Bowl champs, a guy like Matt Stafford at the helm, who's been through the fire in Detroit, was refined by that, and now is realizing, God, I don't have to do it all. I can delegate some of this responsibility to the best receiver in football, in Cooper Kupp. We'll see how Higbee is this week, if he's going to give it a go. But that's a big loss for him if he's not there. And remember, Odell Beckham, the teams that were in on his sweepstakes, right? The Odell Beckham sweepstakes were the Packers, the Bucks, and the Rams. If you don't think those other two teams wish they had him at the end of the year, and when he came to LA, he was just icing on the cake, then he became a necessity. So what an incredible run they've had. What an incredible move they made late in the year. Same thing with Von Miller. But it seems like the Rams are like one of one, right? 31 other teams do it a different way. The Rams say, hey, screw these first couple rounds of picks. I want guys who've done it in the league, who fit our style personality-wise and have proven they can play at this level. I don't want to have to develop somebody. We'll do it a little bit on the back end of the draft, but I want guys who are known commodities. Bring those guys here. We'll go make a run at the Super Bowl, and it's their second one in 4 years. It's impressive.
I think that's very well said, very well analyzed. Almost as if you do this for a living. Mark, you talked about Joe Burrow, and obviously having a high level of success already in his second season, something that you know a great deal about. You mentioned before we started recording, you saw my background and all the Cowboy stuff. I cover the Cowboys here at SB Nation, and you were a part of the Cowboys in 2016 during Dak Prescott's rookie year. And I remember, and I feel like this isn't talked about enough, and I don't want to speak for you or your relationship, but the mentorship role you had. I think a really powerful moment was when you guys played the Packers in the divisional round. Dak didn't even watch Dan Bailey's game-tying field goal. In fact, he just looked at you. And I thought that was such a powerful connection and relationship that the two of you had. And I remember reading at the time that you spoke to Dak, and again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, about this type of success this early on is not normal. You will experience, the NFL will bite back. Can you just kind of talk about that and where Dak is and where you've seen him kind of progress in his career?
Yeah, I got to say, I was so proud of him. And everywhere I went when I was no longer the starter and was helping a young guy, whether it was him or Trubisky or anybody else, I, had a, conversation right away, just saying, hey, man, I got a ton of experience. I know what I know. I'm happy to help you in any way I can. But if you're going to let me do that, I'm going to call out everything I see, whether it's bad body language, whether it's, I'm going to challenge you verbally. I'm going to challenge you privately to get the best out of you. That's the only thing I know. If at any point you don't want this, totally understand. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I've been around long enough. I know how it works. You just let me know. And Dak was a sponge, man. He wanted every bit of information. He wanted every film review. He wanted every film session. It was so fun to watch a guy that was so eager. And, it's like a puppy with big paws. He's going to be big and coordinated and this big monster of a dog when he gets older, and he's just a little puppy. He doesn't even realize it yet. And so it was, I was so proud of him for that, what should have been a game-winning field goal until Aaron Rodgers goes and makes that incredible third and long rollout to the left. I mean, I don't know who was more crushed because I was just dying inside for Dak. But where he's at right now, he's exactly where he needs to be. I think he's playing so well. They're winning games because of him, coming off of his gruesome injury, signing the big deal, so much expectation, playing for America's team. I mean, it's a lot like playing in New York. And I thought that was a good fit for us early on because I could give him some of that perspective and remind him that you're going to get criticism, whether it's fair or unfair, it's going to be there. So whatever you do, if you want to do a GQ shoot, if you want to do a commercial, if you want to, whatever it is, just understand it's coming. What are you comfortable putting yourself out there with? What level of criticism are you comfortable with? Because you're going to get it on the football side no matter what, just by wearing the star on your helmet. Now, everything off the field, and we've had those discussions as well, and I thought he's handled that really well, whether it's, Chunky Soup or all the ads he's done, the stuff he's done as an ambassador for mental health. I mean, that's the kind of guy he is. That speaks volumes about him as a person. Now, listen, they were close against the 49ers. They kind of ran into a buzzsaw, it seemed like, and really just a sloppy game. Too many penalties. That was the biggest thing that stood out to me, other than, building the stadium east to west instead of north and south because of the sun. That was crazy. When they showed that look on TV, I knew exactly what they were talking about because I remember being there for those afternoon games, and it's a pain in the butt when that sun's blaring in there. But I thought Dak I think he's navigating it well, and he's got all the scrutiny in the world on him, but he handles it like a true pro and takes responsibility, and he's a heck of a player. He'll be just fine.
That's well said, Mark. I thought the puppy thing was really precious, actually, the big paws. So that was a really cool analogy. I'll steal that someday. Mark Sanchez, again, Fox NFL Analyst, working with Papa John's here. Make sure to use hashtag What's Your Style, hashtag sweepstakes for a chance to win free pizza for a year. Mark, hope you enjoy your pizza on Super Bowl Sunday, and whenever you got your pizza going on. And appreciate you taking the time to join us here on the SB Nation NFL show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.